What's up, guys? What's going on? So I'm out in the park today. You know what I'm saying? Got the tripod, you feel me? So figured I was switching up the content just a little bit. So I'm talking a little loud, still micless, but we're gonna get that next week, so don't even trip about it. So this is going on month 5, I believe. Honestly, I stopped counting the days, guys. I really stopped counting the days when it comes to like sobriety and stuff like that, man. But this is part 2 of an update on being sober after smoking for the last 10 to 15 years of my life. So, and when I say smoking, you know what I mean. I'm talking about that mota, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that good Kush, Afghan hash, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about weed, guys. I'm talking about weed. So, what I've noticed at this point is that I'm starting to dream again. And a lot of the dreams, I'm not gonna lie, the first couple of dreams that I had, they were borderline freaky. I'm gonna be real with you. They were kind of uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's used to describe a type of art where it's not just one specific thing. It'll come back to me later on in the video, I know. But anyway, dreams, right? You'll start to dream again. And for some odd reason, when I was smoking heavy, I only had really nightmares. I didn't really have like good dreams. I just kind of just had like, they were either night terrors or they were nightmares or nothing. And what I've noticed is the first couple of dreams that I had were kind of weird, but now I'm starting to have all dreams from all perspective. Like the other day I had a dream that I was flying, you know what I mean? And I've always wanted to fly since a kid, so I always thought that was pretty cool. So you will start to dream again. I don't know what it is about weed that shuts off that. I think it like kind of dilutes your imagination per se. I don't know. Not a neuroscientist, you know, no idea. But I'm just giving you guys my experience as always. Number 2 is I have my appetite back. Like when I get up in the morning, dog, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? About a good 2-3 hours later, I can eat. You know what I mean? So as somebody who works out consistently, definitely got to keep this in check. But also, it does feel good being able to wake up and actually be able to eat something without needing to do another step beforehand, right? So that's one of the things that I do love about it. I have my appetite again. I'm not just trying to eat one specific type of food. It's something that I've also noticed. Like I'm not just after like the sweets, the junks. I noticed I was kind of leaning more like fried foods, you know what I'm saying, snacks, stuff like that when I used to smoke. Even when I wasn't high, like let's say like I was coming down or I was sober at the moment, I would still be like, yo, a chicken box smothered in grease right now would be the moves, you know what I mean? And now I'm just like, man, like I'm back to my original like high performance diet. I was still smoking at the time, but because I was so locked in to like my diet and locked into like getting in shape and stuff like that. Come on, now you got to get to the games. That was my deter factor from just eating like a shit ass all the time. So my appetite is back 100%, and I tend to eat more healthy on a consistent basis. Like I actually feel bad when I'm eating shit all day. You know what I mean? I actually like I had 17 cookies. That's crazy. I gotta go run 3 miles. You know what I mean? So I try to keep that in mind. The third thing that I realized is that my energy levels are through the roof. And what I mean by this, so when I used to smoke all the time, I would grab like a Celsius. When I used to work out, I would grab like 2 Celsius, drink 1, run, and then midway run, probably run back to the 7-Eleven or run to a different one, grab another one. But now it's just like I want to see how far I can go on my own energy, right? And the other day, I don't know if you know the distance, but I ran from where I live to downtown, and that's a mile. And then I said, all right, let me add it up a notch. I kept going. I took that mile and I ran from that downtown to the other side of the harbor. So that's about another mile, you know what I mean? And then of course had to run it back. So you can only imagine, you know what I mean? I'm putting about a good 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 miles of my own energy out. So that's another thing that I've noticed, you know, on this journey of getting back sober. So if I ever really was sober. But that's neither here nor there, you know what I mean? And the final thing that I've noticed is that I find myself doing more things with my time. Right. I find I guess the parts of the brain that's responsible for creativity and activity, I find myself wanting to do more things. I find myself wanting to get out of the house more. I find myself wanting to be more sociable. I find myself wanting to, I don't know. I don't want to say self-love because I feel like that's not really the term that I'm using for, but I guess more aware. I find myself more aware of things and having a better sense of wonder towards, oh, squirrel. Oh, he's huge. He's healthy too. He got that fluffy tail, you know what I'm saying? He or her, you don't know. But see, stuff like that. Like, I always been a fan of animals. I love animals, you know what I mean? So when I see some animals now, like especially at work, like I be seeing all types of animals. If you follow me on like Instagram and stuff, you'll see me posting about the animals and the stuff that I be seeing on a daily basis because I work out in like the farmland. So it's pretty cool, man. But that's just it for this video, man. I hope you guys are obviously doing diligence. And being sober ain't for everybody, and I understand that, but as somebody who was smoking 15, 17 plus years, like, kind of missed out on a lot of great opportunities because I wanted to stay home and smoke, you know what I mean? As somebody who's given up a lot for it, it's kind of crazy, right? So I want you to just take that in mind, you know what I mean, when you make these decisions. I know a lot of people tell you, well, it's weed, it doesn't have the addictive chemicals. It's addicting. If you have to eat, if you have to smoke before you eat, that's an addiction. If you have to smoke before you do your day, anything that you need to do in order to be productive in any form of your life that's a substance has addictive properties. It may not have addictive chemicals, but it has addictive properties. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm getting y'all the next video. I'm gonna go shoot some more shots for the short film coming up. Be on the lookout for #1 fan. I'm out.